Each year for 40 years, starting at the beginning of 2016, Anne will pay money into a savings scheme. In the first year she pays in $500. Her payments then increase by $50 each year, so that she pays in $550 in the second year, $600 in the third year, and so on. Find the amount that Anne will pay into the savings scheme at the beginning of 2045. So, we know that A is equal to 500, D is equal to 50, and we don't have to think too long to see that N is equal to 30 at the beginning of 2045. So, the amount she pays in, we're going to use A plus N minus 1 D. So, we can say that that's 500 plus 29 times 50. And we can calculate that. So 500 add 29 times 50 gives us 1,950. We want to find the total amount that Anne will pay over the 40 years. So once again, A is 500, D is 50, N is 40, but this time we want the sum of N terms, which is N over 2 into 2A plus N minus 1 D. So the sum of 40 is going to be 40 divided by 2, so that's 20. 2 times A, so that's going to be 1,000. And then we're going to have 39 times 50. So we need to calculate that. So that's going to be 20 multiplied by 1,000, add 39 times 50, giving us 59,000. Over the same 40 years, Brian will also pay money into the savings scheme. In the first year he pays $890 and his payments will then increase by $D each year. Given that Brian and Anne will pay in exactly the same amount over the 40 years, we want to find the value of D. So if we think about Brian, he's got A is 890, D we don't know. We know that N is equal to 40, but we also know that he pays in exactly the same amount. So the sum of N must be 59,000. So, N over 2, 2A plus N minus 1 D is the sum. So 40 divided by 2, so that's going to be 20. 2 times 890 plus 39D, all of that's going to be equal to 59,000. And we can solve that on the calculator. So action advanced, solve. And we'll do 20, open a bracket, 2 times 890, add 39 x, and that's got to be equal to 59,000, and that gives us that D is equal to $30. The interest paid on the account is dependent on the balance of the account at the end of each year. Who has the most money in their account at the end of 2055? Give a reason for your answer. So 2055 is after the 40 years. Well, it's going to be Brian. And the reason for that is that because he starts with a bigger payment and the total amount only becomes equal, at the very end, Brian always has a higher balance at the end of each year. So Brian is going to earn more interest.